What's up, kids? Here at Starbucks, just kicking off the weekend. And this comes up frequently in our group. We obviously talk a lot about efficiency and working less while you're making more in your agency. And this is a typical Friday for me. And my weekends are pure weekends off. And people ask frequently about how we actually take a real weekend off. And I know that's a real struggle for a lot of agency owners because we're hustlers, right? We all love to do what we do. We work because we love it, and there's nothing wrong with that. And it's great to enjoy your job. So glad we all love what we're doing. But truly, sometimes we just reach that point of exhaustion, particularly in times like this when the world's a little unsteady, and it seems a little like things are out of control sometimes, and we don't have as much control as we used to. And that wears on us, right? It starts, what's up, Laura? Good morning. It starts slowing us down, and it starts pulling our hearts and our heads and our creative space down. And we don't want to do that, right? We don't want to lose that creative edge and lose that strategic edge that comes with a little bit of rest and a little bit of headspace. So here's 3 ways that I've learned over the years to actually truly take weekends off. And if a weekend for you means 3 days or 4 days or 2 days or 1 day, what's up, CN? Great to see you. Whatever it means for you, do this stuff, right? Get some headspace. First up, you really need to define, and I mean define, what free time looks like for you. Okay, so that's different for everybody. For me, free time means no phone, no social media, no computer. All right, I got 5 teenage kids, so I can't be truly without my phone. You have responsibilities in life too, and sometimes we have to actually do things that require us to have a phone in our pocket. But you can turn notifications off for social media, for Slack, for Skype, for your task and project management suites, whatever you do to communicate with your team. You can truly turn the notifications off on that and just put it away. All right. Also, like on my phone, I know that I can, in fact, I do this. The Instagram app on my phone is limited to 60 seconds per day. I'm allowed to be on Instagram for 60 seconds per day because it's like a black hole, right? You get in there, it's so much fun. And you have to make sure you're doing whatever it takes for you to help do that. Laura, you say, I love my weekends. I used to work them. I stopped when I became a mama. Yeah, so true. Sheridan, great to see you too. Laura, that's really cool because there's different events in all of our lives that make us want to stop and park it for a second and not be engaged on the weekend. So for all of us though, we need the headspace, we need the rest, we need a chance to recharge. So number 1, define actually what makes a weekend or rest day for you. So again, for me, just an example, it's no social media, no phone related or computer related stuff at all for work. In fact, I have a laptop that is for work and I leave it in the studio. Y'all see me in the studio frequently. That laptop stays in the studio. It's where all the work stuff is. The other laptop I use is not work stuff. Like I don't even have access to my project management suite. I don't have all the same stuff. I just don't use it for that. So if Jill and I are sitting around in bed watching a movie and we want to pop a laptop open, it'll be hers or my personal laptop, but it won't be our work laptops. There won't be anything work coming into that. So define what that weekend looks like for you. That's step number 1. Number 2, and I can't say how important this is, and it's hard to do. Nobody loves doing this, but you need some accountability. What's up, Mike? Great to see you. I actually tell my friends, my workout buddy, Mike, awesome dude. I hope you're having a great weekend. I tell all the people in my life that I'm connected to on the weekends what my parameters are around work. So even when there's several family members we have that like to talk about work on the weekends, and I don't talk about work on the weekends. I just simply don't. And I'll let people know if we're sitting out by the pool or whatever we're doing, we're just chilling. It's not a weekend conversation kind of thing. I just need to turn it off. So that's for them asking me stuff, but also it's great for Jill and my kids to see that I'm not working the weekend and they get to keep me accountable. Hey, are you working? They don't have to ask that much anymore, but they used to. And I want to make sure that I'm accountable to that because accountability really matters. Otherwise, it's kind of easy to slip back into it. Kicking the work habit, again, work is fun. We all love it. I know we love what we do. Yay us, that's the dream life, right? When you actually love what you do. But we do need the rest. The thing is that anything good, if done with too much excess, can become a bad thing, right? It can become something that takes over our lives. So just like anything else in life that we would have that we want to kind of cut back on a little bit, works the same way, and accountability just simply helps. So number 1, define what a real rest day looks like for you. Number 2, make sure that, hey William, great to see you. Make sure that you've got some accountability in that structure. And then 3, this is gonna sound silly, but actually do it and then document it, okay? So do the weekend, and then I used to do this sounds so silly. I used to like keep score about my weekends like I do with production goals, all right? So weekends became a production goal for me. Time off became a production goal for me. The number of hours I did not work in the week became a production goal for me. Believe it or not, it's still on my production goals. I have a very simple 5-score production goal that I keep up with on a daily basis. How many hours did I work? How much did I produce that day? And then a few other key metrics that are just for physical and mental headspace for me. And that's actually in my goal. It still is. So keep a score, keep up with how pure you were on the day off, the weekend off, whatever you can create that space for, and keep up with it. Track it. Because often the things we track get done, the things we don't track just simply don't get done. So that's it for me. That is how if you have any questions, feel free to ask them. I'm right here. I don't mind answering those at all. Just sitting out here at Starbucks doing this and having fun playing on skateboards today. So that's how we do our weekends. What do you use to keep track of it? Good question, CN. So for my work weekends, I just simply measure, again, work days or weekends. I measure how many hours a day I work during the work days. And then I don't work at all on the weekends anymore, but I used to. And I used to measure how many hours I would work on the weekends, or if I got a good score for working. So I would measure myself 1 through 5. If I was just like, was I working on the weekend? Did I pick up my phone? Did I just peek at that one little Slack channel to make sure I answered questions? Was I worried about what was going on my Facebook account? Guys and girls, I don't actually check this Facebook group on the weekends because, yeah, it'd be fun to see what everybody's chatting about. It's my group, but I don't check the group because I don't want to work. It kind of sucks me back into that. So I use a spreadsheet to answer your questions, Ian, just super low key. And I just simply jot down the number of hours I worked each day in that spreadsheet, Monday through Friday. And I used to keep up with a general score of how pure I'm keeping the days off on the weekends, 1 through 5, 1 being poor, 5 being good. That's how I did it. Super simple, not overthinking it, just something I can look back on and see a lineup of weeks and see, am I actually getting better at this? Am I doing what I'm hoping I can do? Am I changing me in a way that's helpful to me, right? All of that, the point of all of that is not to avoid working, right? I love seeing how little I can work for the money I make. It's fun, it's a game. But it's not about avoiding working. I freaking love my job. And it's so important though. Thank you, I'm an Excel junkie too, good seeing. So it's so important. The work thing is not about quitting work because we love our work and we're good at it and we help so many people in our work. That's what we do. The thing is that, and all I'm saying, that's what we as a community do. We help people grow their brands. We help people do stuff. We help people learn and grow and change and become who they need to be. We give them hope. The thing is though, too much of that can really start wearing down our decision-making capacity, our strategic thinking capacity, our passion for the work. All those things need to be rejuvenated and rebuilt. I love running. I'm an ultramarathon runner. I don't talk about that much, but I love running long distance. But for all of us, anybody who's in an athletic venture like that, you have to have the rest days, right? You have to actually dial it back and put a damper on the stuff that you love to do. Otherwise, you can exhaust any muscle in your body, including your brain muscle. All right, so we got to make sure we have that. Laura, I'm comfortable with my 20 hours a week in growth phase I'm in now. I love that, 20 hours a week during a growth phase. Laura, fist bump to that. You are crushing it. I love that. That is fantastic. 20 hours a week of work while you're in a growth phase. Cheers. Well done. Well done. So keep it up. Get out there, get some rest, get some relaxation. Great topic for a Friday. Thanks for bringing that topic up. And it's really, really easy to do. Let me say it differently. It's easy to process how to take the time off. It's hard to actually do it. Because again, we love what we do. It's good to love what you do and to enjoy your life. And I'm so glad you get to pick your career and do what you want to do. Just make sure you're getting the rest that you need so you can actually be even better at it. Running, Laura. Laura, I think you and I have a lot of commonalities in life with what we love being outside. And running is one of those things that I just love when I'm outside. I like hiking. I like skateboarding. I like biking. If I'm outside, I'm happy. All right, folks, do what makes you happy this weekend. Try to make sure that's a little bit less work or no work, just so you can freshen up that brain of yours so you can be awesome and strategic coming back into it on Monday morning. You're all fantastic. It's great to see everybody. Y'all have a wonderful weekend wherever you are in the world. and we'll see you all for Q&A on Monday. If you have questions for us, we got kind of a pile going right now. I'm trying to get caught up. I might have to do 2 or 3 in a row for the next week. But just make sure we get your questions in there. Drop them in there, and I'll do my best to answer. Laura, you know I'm a swimmer. Jill, by the way, Laura, Jill, my wife, for those of you who don't know Jill, she's a competitive swimmer as well. She freaking loves it. She's up like at 4:30 Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, going to her swim group. And wow, like that's discipline and commitment right there. Laura, I'm impressed if you're a swimmer. I don't like swimming. I like to breathe. I want to breathe whenever I want to when I'm out doing something fun. Yeah, you and Laura, you and Jill need to talk. Y'all would have fun talking about swimming. She just got some new paddles, by the way, because like, you know, you put paddles on your hands for like strength training, I guess, when you're training for swimming. And hers have little like fins, and so you put these paddles over your hand. Hers have little fins down the middle, on the water facing side of this little paddle that she's using for stroke training to keep her arms lined up so they're not waving back and forth. Anyway, shoulders and lats and all that swimmy stuff in there. I'm sure you know all about that, Laura. All right, folks, have a fantastic weekend. We'll talk to you all Monday. Drop your questions here. I don't mind answering it all. Bottom line is, get refreshed, get out there, work less, make more. This is not a get-rich-quick idea. This is just simply about jumping in and learning how to be efficient, being smart, being the CEO of your business, being the CEO of you, and being the CEO of your business, and taking your agency, your speaking, your consulting, your coaching, all that stuff to the next level, because you've got the space to make those strategic decisions, to be the overseer of everything that's going on, and to actually crush the real things that matter, not just the hustle life. The hustle life can actually pull away from your ability to make strategic decisions versus adding to. You need the space. Laura, I can't wait for my U.S. Masters team to start back. I know, same with Jill. She's feeling the same thing. She's getting that Masters magazine all the time, like I'm sure you do. And she just can't wait for the teams and the events and all that stuff to get back up and running. Okay, folks, fantastic. Have a great weekend. Talk to you all soon.